Good morning. Thank you for joining me. Hope this works. Very sad if it doesn't. I'm going to just bring the camera a bit closer. Good morning, or afternoon, evening, whatever time you are tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me for our beginner's flow today. I really appreciate your time, and I invite you to appreciate yourself and give gratitude towards yourself for carving out this time and space in your busy day to nurture your body and mind. We're going to start our practice lying down, which you're happy to hear. So if you'd like to just make your way onto your mat, find a comfortable position, lying on your back. The legs can be straight out, your feet maybe hip width apart, allowing the toes to drop out naturally to the side. Or maybe bringing your feet flat to the mat, mat width apart, and allow your knees to fall in, just resting on one another. Maybe your arms are down by your sides with your palms facing up. Or perhaps bring one hand onto the belly and one hand onto your heart space. Find whatever is comfortable for you today. Gently closing over the eyes, and taking a slight tuck of your chin towards your chest, just to gently lengthen the neck. Begin to really arrive for your practice today, feeling the weight of your body on the mat, on the earth. Noticing but not changing your breath, and bringing some awareness to the rise and fall of your chest and your tummy as you inhale and exhale. Start to soften the muscles of the face. Maybe notice if you're clenching in the jaw, the forehead. Relax through the shoulders. You have full permission here to relax, with nowhere else to be. Perhaps take a moment to think of all the things you've already done this morning before coming to your mat, and all the things you've got to do later on. Park these to the side, and be present with yourself and with your breath. Your thoughts will come and go as you practice today, and that's okay. Allow them to. Think of them as thoughts on little leaves floating down a stream, with no judgment or stress. Start to bring awareness to your breath, beginning to deepen on your inhale and lengthen on your exhales. Breathing in through the nose if that's possible, and out through the mouth or the nose, whatever's comfortable for you. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Feel the breath go in and out through the body. Maybe noticing any sounds around you or any other sensations, again without judgment. And then come back to the breath. I've called our practice today Flow and Grow. This is to remind ourselves that we're all growing in many ways, but at our own pace. Often we are hard on ourselves, thinking we are not being good enough, not trying hard enough, or progressing as much as we should be. But actually, we are just like nature, all growing in different times, rates. Yet we do not judge nature. We trust that everything has its season and everything grows as it should. Everything is as it should be. So our mantra for our practice today, only my offering, is that everything is as it should be. Trust in the process. Just taking a few more deep breaths here, just really arriving through practice. We'll start to warm up our bodies gently. So if the knees are bent now, just straightening them out. And if everyone just brings your feet together, legs long, reaching the arms overhead, taking a nice full body stretch. Lengthening the body, lengthening your spine. Maybe take some wrist and ankle rotations. Maybe a few in one direction, and then taking them the other way. Perhaps pointing and flexing the feet, the ankles. Maybe interlace your fingers overhead and stretch out your hands and fingers and the wrists. Just taking time to bring awareness to these joints that do so much for us. We take them for granted each day. Bring the arms back down by your sides. Just gently take your gaze to your right side. Pausing here. And inhale back through the centre. Exhale, taking your gaze to your left side. Just gently loosening off the neck. Welcoming any creaks and cracks, which are completely normal. You're on the back now. So bringing both knees towards the chest. Place your hands just on top of the kneecaps or the shins, whatever's comfortable for you. You're going to inhale, using bending your elbows, bring the knees towards the chest, towards the sky. And exhale, just gently pushing away, straightening the arms, pushing the knees away. This is just warming up the lower back, the sacrum. Inhaling to gently pull the knees in. To release. Feet can be flexed or relaxed, whatever's comfortable for you. Inhaling, bringing it in, and also releasing your hips, and exhale to push away. An option here to bring your forehead towards your knees, maybe interlacing opposite arm to opposite elbow, coming into a sort of ball. Just deepening that stretch. Maybe taking some gentle rocks side to side, just gently massaging the back. We're just starting to wake up the body here. And releasing your head and shoulders back down. Release your left leg to the ground, lengthening that leg out. Keeping the right leg pulled in towards the chest. Just deepening that stretch into the right hip. As if you're pulling your right leg, your knee towards the right armpit. Maybe bringing it in towards the chest and to the side, just finding whatever feels good for your hips here. Finding stillness here. Bring your arms out into a T shape. And inhale here. And on your exhale, I want you to bring your right leg towards the left side of the ground, towards the ground to the left side. Keeping the gaze towards the sky and the arms out. Just taking a gentle spinal twist here. Maybe bringing your gaze towards your right hand. An option here to bring your left hand onto that right thigh, just to deepen the stretch there. Just warming up though, so don't do anything that feels uncomfortable or too much. Just taking some nice deep breaths here. Twisting ever so slightly more on each exhale. Bring the head back to centre if it was gazing towards the right hand, and bring your left hand back out into that T Just slowly bring that leg back to centre. Bringing the left knee into the chest, bring it towards the left armpit. And again, just taking any movement here that feels nice, just to loosen off that hip. Hamstrings as well. And pointing the foot again if that feels nice for your ankle. Just opening up the body. Again, bring those hands out into that T shape. And inhale and exhale. This time the left knee is coming towards the right hand side. As you bring your gaze towards your left hand, maybe bringing that right hand onto the left thigh, just to add a bit of weight, to deepen that stretch in your spine. Closing off the eyes here if that's comfortable for you. Again, just slowly twisting each a bit more with each exhale. Bring the head back to center, that right hand out to the side, and then rolling back. Lovely. Straightening both legs out now. Just take another full body stretch. Just taking a moment. We're going to come up into a seated position, so whatever's easier for you. You might want to come up onto your elbows and just push up, or maybe rolling onto one side. It's easier for you, but whatever you do, just find your way into a comfortable cross-legged position. Just gently roll the shoulders. Blocks here before we start practicing. If you don't, you can use books or anything that's steady in yoga. So blocks have three settings. You have their lowest setting, which is when they're flat, medium setting, and then their highest setting. Often people think blocks are for those who can't do yoga as well, or maybe people are too proud to use blocks, but actually they can be such a brilliant aid in yoga and actually help progress our practice. Again, going back to that flow and grow, they can really aid our progression rather than making us feel that we're doing an easier option. Sometimes our ego gets in the way of practice. So having your blocks handy as we practice. I will offer suggestions when you might want to use them. We're just going to take a gentle side bend, so bringing the arms overhead, moving the gaze up. I'm not going to mirror you here, so when I say right and left, just go with your right and left. Bringing the right arm down, just in line with the right hip, bending that elbow as the left arm comes over, leaning into that right hand, but keeping the left sit bone towards the mat, creating space in the ribs here, breathing deeply. Again, going a bit further on each exhale. This is where you may want to block. Bring the ground up to you, maybe resting your forearm. Again, whatever feels good for you. Take a couple of breaths here. And just take it to the other side, inhaling arms up. And exhale, left hand to the ground, in line with the hip. Right arm overhead. Be careful not to collapse into the chest here. Chest towards the sky, gaze towards the hand. Just really creating space, but still warming up here. So just make space between the ribs. But being careful not to hold the breath here. Inhaling back up. And exhaling, hands to heart. Just loosen off the neck slightly more here, but nothing major. Just Inhaling and exhaling, taking the gaze over to the right. And inhale to the center, taking the gaze over to the left. And back to center, just dropping the chin towards the chest. Just stretching the back of the neck there. And then gazing up towards the sky. Just listening to the back of the neck. Again, any creaks and cracks. Okay, you're welcome. Bring the arms out in front. Just take your right hand to your left hand and just gently just pulling the hand back, flexing the hand, and then the other way, just loosening off in the wrists. Again, areas we don't pay much attention to day, but they do so much for us. Switching hands, the left hand to the right, pulling back, and then down. Lovely. On our next inhale, we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, but as you do this, I really want you to clench in your face. Don't be embarrassed, no one can see you apart from me. Clenching in your face, your jaw, maybe closing off the eyes, thinking of all the things that are stressing you. Really pull up as you inhale. And on your exhale, I want you to give a big audible sigh, let everything go, loosen off the face. I want you to do that twice more. So inhale, clenching the jaw, clenching your face, bring the shoulders up as tight as they can, holding the breath at the top there, and exhaling an audible sigh out. Do that one more time. Inhaling, shoulders up. Big, make this one your best one, the big exhale, let everything go. Shoulders away from the ears, naturally have to sit like this, so just relax. Maybe interlacing the fingers behind the back, just opening the chest. Again, bringing the chin to the chest here, just stretch the shoulders and the backs of the arms. And release. I'm going to come on to all fours, so if it's easier, if you're able to just roll forward, open the ankles, a tabletop position here. So tabletop, we have our hands directly underneath our shoulders, middle fingers facing towards the top of the mat, and our knees are directly underneath our hips, feet behind our hands. We're going to do some gentle spinal flexions here. Gaze straight down towards the mat at the moment. Collapse into the shoulders, really pushing away, and the tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. So we're coming into what's called cat-cow, flexing, extending our spine. So on an inhale, we're going to tilt the tailbone, so the sacrum here, up towards the sky, as we allow our belly to drop down towards the mat. Lifting our gaze straight ahead. Inhaling. Tail under as you hollow out through the back, pushing away from the mat, bringing the gaze back down towards the mat, towards the back. Really creating space between the shoulder blades. Again, inhale to tuck, bring the belly down, gaze up. And exhale to round the spine. Take your time here. Pushing. Inhale to tilt, belly lifting the gaze. To round, pushing away from the mat. So drawing out the top of your body. Once more. Inhale to drop. And exhale to round the spine. Come back into that tabletop position, not collapsing, into the shoulders pushing away. Bring your big toes to touch at the back, bring the push your bottom back towards your heels, pushing the hands forward, and drop your face towards the mat, bringing the forehead to the floor if it reaches, stretching the hands forward. You can have your forearms on the mat if that's more comfortable, or for a deeper stretch into the arms and the shoulders, arms can be off the mat. For an even deeper stretch, you might want to go onto the fingertips like spiders. And just take some deep breaths here. Our child's pose. You can take this at any point in our practice. It's a resting pose. Take it anytime you need. Just take a couple of breaths there for just now. Pushing into the feet, comes back up into our tabletop position. I'm just going to move my box out. I don't come into what's called a balancing tabletop. Be alarmed by the word balance. I'll talk you through our options. So in our tabletop, strong base pose. Stretching back with the right foot, ball of the foot in the mat, pushing the heel towards the ground. Just then, again, just warming up the hamstring. Might stay here. We'll stay here, please. On the next inhale, we're going to lift our left arm alongside the left ear, but your gaze is still straight down towards the mat. The palm is towards the right hand side. Stretching in that left arm. Option to stay here. On your next inhale, you can raise that back foot, flexing the foot down towards the mat, creating a long straight line from the top of your fingers to the back of your heel. Try to keep the hips aligned, dropping in one side, and pulling as if someone's got a rope at each end of you. Pushing away in that right palm, but balancing on the left knee. Brilliant. Inhale here, and exhale to bring the knee back and hand back into your tabletop position. We'll just repeat that on the left side. So take a breath in our tabletop. And then bringing the left foot back towards the mat. Just maybe taking some movement here just to quicken up that hamstring. Pushing back into the mat again, not collapsing the shoulders. Our gaze is down. Inhaling to raise our right arm this time, alongside the right ear. Gaze down, palm toward the left side. Breathing, pushing into the right hand, the left knee, the right foot. Then maybe raising that left foot, left leg, foot flex towards the mat. Again, being aware that we're not totally forward here, trying to create a stable line as if you're pulled, lengthening the body. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, bring the hand back into the mat. Knee back into the mat. Good. Notice any difference sometimes both sides. Most of the time, both sides aren't the same. Both sides aren't the same. So no judgment there. Back onto the knees just for a second, loosening off the wrists. It can be quite hard on the wrists if we're not used to practicing. So just maybe take some gentle movement here to loosen off. Carry on. And then make your way back into tabletop. Hands just as wide as the mat, pinky fingers really touching, our middle fingers still facing towards the top of the mat. Curling the toes under at the back. We're going to gently come up. We're coming up into our first downward dog. So, on an inhale, push into our hands, lifting off the knees, just hovering. Inhaling here, and then exhale, pushing into the palms, into the fingers, the index finger and the thumb, straightening the legs. Hamstrings may be tight here if you're not used to being here, or if they're just tight in general, mine always are. So maybe pedaling the feet. The aim in downward dog is having the feet towards the mat, but that's just the intention. You may never have your feet on the mat, and that's that. Your heels on the mat, and that's fine. It's just the intention. So pedaling at the feet here. Drop one knee as you push the other back, and switching sides. Gaze towards the belly button. Don't forget to breathe here. Be here for long. This is our first downward dog. Finding some stillness, maybe bending your knees if that's comfier, or straightening your legs. Inhale. Bending both knees deeply, take your gaze towards the space between your hands at the top of the mat. And just take as many steps as you need to come to the mat. Coming into a forward fold, so maybe your knees allow your body just to collapse over the thighs, allowing your hands to drop down into the mat or onto the feet. Slow roll up as you can. Rolling up. Relax. Coming up into mountain pose. Bring your feet together if that's available for you. Hands down by your sides. Mountain pose looks like an easy passive pose. It's actually a really active pose. So imagine you've got a piece of paper between your legs. It has to stay there. Legs are squeezing together. They're active. Rolling the shoulders back and down. Palms down by their sides. They're also active. Imagine someone's pulling you with roots from the trees down towards the ground. Chin is parallel to the ground. And your gaze is just straight forward. Just take some nice deep inhales and exhales here. Evenly distributing the weight in between your feet, all four corners of your feet. We're coming into a forward fold again, so I'm going to come sideways so that you can see. If you bring your hands to your hips, I'm just going to teach it this way so you can really feel your hip flex over your hips. Inhale, opening the chest, coming into a forward fold. This doesn't mean collapsing the top of the body, it's hinging at the hips. So inhale, open the chest, lift the gaze, and exhale, pushing the hips back, so hinging at the hips, the chest. Gravity to take your body down. Maybe take a slight bend in your knees. And once you're as far as your gravity will allow your arms to drop, but not hands. So our hands are landing somewhere, whether that's on the mat, on your feet, your shins. It might just be the chest, wherever is comfortable for you, but maybe not on the knees. But make sure they land somewhere. Exhale them down. You might want to interlace hands or keep them on the back of the calves, bending the knees, be able to pull you back further down, your forehead towards your knees, deepening that stretch, creating some space here. Now into a flat back position. Inhale, sweep the hands up the shins so that the palms are below the knees, arms in towards the body, gaze straight forward. If this isn't comfortable for you, hands can be up at the hip creases, but still keeping your elbows in towards the body. Gaze ahead. Flat back as if you've got dinner plate in your back. Flat back position. Bending the knees as much as possible to enable your hands to be flat on the mat. And here we're going to step back just with the left foot, dropping onto that left knee, and bring the right foot forward so much so that the ankle is directly below the knee at a 90-degree angle. The back toes tucked, coming into an equestrian pose. So we're not collapsing into that left hip or the right hip. This is an active pose. So tucking the tailbone under. To feel what that feels like more, bring the hand onto that thigh, the right thigh. Keep the tailbone tucked, again not collapsing. If you imagine your pelvis tucking under, you feel that in your left hip. Pushing away that right knee, opening the chest. Careful that the right knee is not splitting out to the side or coming in. It's strong. Both legs are strong here, so ever so slightly pulling back on that right hip as you go forward on the left hip. Bring the fingertips so that they're in line with that front toe. You might feel this on your hips. That's good. Take it back a step. Yoga shouldn't be painful, but you should feel something. You've got your blocks handy. Bring them back. So our hands are on our knees or in line with our toes. Bring the blocks maybe to the lowest setting to begin with, and the medium setting. We're going to inhale and exhale, peeling that. Pulling the hips back as you pull your right foot off the mat, straightening that right leg. I've got extremely tight hamstrings, coming into half splits. So leaning into the blocks or the mat, whatever's comfortable. Flexing that right foot towards the body. Doing this in your hamstring. Careful not to let the hips sway to the side. You can try and keep them aligned. The deep stretch into the hamstrings. So if your legs are screaming, you're not alone. Gaze towards your toes. Breathe in here. Inhale. Exhale, just gently back. Down, hand back to the floor, and just bring that right foot back and lie back into the tabletop position. And this time we're just going to bring our left foot forward through between your hands. If you need to help along with your other hand, that's okay. Keep putting that right knee slightly back, keeping those toes curled. Coming into the equestrian pose on this side. So again, we're not collapsing into that right hip. Our knee directly above the ankle. Strong foundation here. Come back up onto that left thigh, pushing away. Pushing forwards in the right hip, tucking the tailbone under as we go back on that left hip crease. You'll see your quads and your hip flexors. Opening the chest. Breathing. Inhale here, Come down, fingertips in line with that those front toes. Again, watching not to collapse beneath the flat side line. For you. And then again, we're going to inhale here, exhale, walking back, pulling that foot off the mat as we straighten into that left leg, flexing the foot towards the body. Okay, if your leg is extremely bent, again, with no judgment here. The hips aligned, just feel a nice deep stretch into the hamstring. Inhale here, and exhale two. Just bringing that knee back into tabletop and take your child's pose again. So toes, big toes to touch, knees wide, and back, stretching. While we're bringing your forehead to the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And back up into tabletop. Pulling the toes under. Fingers back into a downward dog. So my hands slightly wider towards the edge of the mat. Fingertips, middle finger facing forwards. Toes tucked. Inhale to lift the legs. So pushing back, pushing into those hands, moving the feet slightly towards the body. Pedaling the feet, not staying here long. Bending the knees, inhale and exhale. Back into that forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale to flat that position, so the hands underneath the knees. Gaze forward elbow, hands maybe up at the top of the thighs. Inhale here and exhale to fold. Back up, inhaling slowly. Back up, lower shoulders. Straight ahead this time, Lovely. Back with your right foot or left foot, whichever way makes you still be able to see. Just a normal step back, not too far, and then pivot that front foot so that both feet are parallel with the short edges of your mat. Feet, I would say, are just wider than hip width apart. Inhale here, and exhale. Tucking the tailbone under again. So when I'm saying that, I mean your pelvis isn't tilted this way. Tucking under, aligning the spine. Breaking our wide legs. Raising the arms up. Our ankles should be in line with our wrists. Bring the shoulders back, opening in the chest. This is our 5-point pose. Bring the hands to your hips. Inhale, excuse me. And on exhale, we're just going to fold forward just to a flat back position. I'm just going to turn this facing here. Exhale, coming down to where you feel it's a flat back position. Gaze straight down towards the mat. You might want to widen your feet slightly if that's uncomfortable for you. Gaze straight down as if you're looking into a little pond. Again, feeling this in the hamstrings. Here, strengthening our back. Inhale here and exhale to back up into that right leg pose. From here, just gently pivot your right foot so it's facing the short corner of the mat. And same with the left foot. So your feet are towards the long edge corners of your mat. Coming into goddess pose, which is one of my favourite poses. Inhale the arms up, And on your exhale, we're going to cactus the arms as we bend our legs. Bring the shoulder blades together at the back, arms are wide, our legs are as if you're pushing your body down towards the ground. Be careful not to collapse on the knees, as if someone's pushing them back. Your legs might be burning here, mine are. It's a really strong pose. Inhale here, and exhale to stand. Inhale, and exhale to lower. Go slightly lower in this one. Pulling the arms back, gaze straight ahead. Good. Breathing, goddesses or gods that you are. Inhale and exhale. Once more. The arms up. Inhale and exhale. Come down. Amazing. Bring the hands to the hips. Straighten those legs. Give them a shake. Pick up on that front foot and the back foot. Just making the back to the top of the mat. Making the legs a shake. The feet together at the top of the mat, coming into tree pose. This is another balancing pose. This is a strong pose, one of my favourites. I'm going to show you the options first before we begin. So in tree, everyone will start with their hands on our hips this time. Again, our legs are strong. My first option will be balancing on my left, balancing on our left leg. First option here is just you can have the ankle, toes on the mat, and just in line with the ankle. Knee intending to come backwards. That's option one. That's absolutely fine. Option two, maybe bringing the foot to the calf but below the knee joint, so not on the knee joint. And option three, bring the foot right up into that hip crease. Whichever option you're choosing, you're really pushing the standing leg into that foot, creating that strength. So pushing that foot into the thigh. Hands can be on our hips. Again, bringing this knee back. Strong in that standing leg, not collapsing into that hip. Really embracing the front of your standing leg. There could be a micro bend, don't lock the knee. So our hands can be on our hips. Maybe our hands are here. I'd invite you to find a focus point ahead of you that's something that's still, that's not going to move. Pushing into that foot. It's absolutely okay if we wobble. Trees wobble. They will wobble when they wobble. If you fall, they'll catch you. Breathing here. Balancing isn't about being still, it's about noticing and embracing the wobbles of life that come through. Maybe we can raise our arms up and wide. Breathing. Hand back down to our centre. Come straight onto the other side. So again, no judgment in your body. What you're able to do on one side, you may be not on the other. So maybe it's here below the knee joint. Maybe you can challenge yourself on this side if you want to come further. Pushing that foot into that standing leg, not collapsing into that right hip. Tucking the tail, find your focus point. And choose your hands maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Maybe your balance is completely different on one side. Just noticing, no judgment. That's okay. Gaze straight ahead. Maybe up. If you want to challenge yourself, if you want to close your eyes. Just breathe. Bring the hand back into the centre. Bring that. Well done. Okay, straight into another balance. Warrior 3. There are my fingers. Again, we'll start here with our hands on our hips. Bring yourself to the top of your mat. I'm just standing in the camera line. Bring your weight to your left foot. Then to raise your right foot so that the knees are at an angle. Just ahead of you, collapsing to that left hip. This is strong. Even if this is part of you want, that's fine. But like I before, inhale here, and exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips as our chest comes forward, as that back leg reaches back and face goes towards the ground, straight in front. Flexing that back foot, slight bend in that sandal leg. This is absolutely no worry. You can just bring your foot back, gazing towards the mat. That's absolutely fine. If you're able, bring that foot again. If you walk, that's okay. Maybe bring one arm out in front. Maybe the other palms facing towards each other. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Hinging back up to standing. Amazing. Bend. Please and cracks are welcome. Come into that on the other side. So, left foot up. Strong right leg. Inhale. Chest open. Exhale to hinge at the hips. As the chest comes towards the back. Option for the foot to be at the mat here, gaze towards the ground, and your hands in one arm. Either breathing deeply, focusing, amazing. Inhale, exhale, hands to hips, and come back up to standing. Well done. Okay. From here, make our way back down. Ball, head in between your knees, hands on the ground. Bring one arm behind you and the other. Closing off the eyes. Coming back onto your back as we started. Hug both knees back in towards the chest. Again, maybe interlacing your opposite hand to opposite elbow. Taking a gentle movement here, like before. Lowering the left leg towards the ground. Keep that right leg in. Straighten the right leg towards the sky. Bring the hands behind the thigh. Pulling the leg towards the body. Feel that deep stretch in that right hamstring, flexing the foot. I've worked hard today, so you'll be feeling this already. At any point, flex the foot a couple of times. Just rotating the ankle again. Good. And swap legs. Bring the left leg in. And then straightening that left leg towards the sky, flexing the foot. Hands behind the thigh, pulling the leg towards the body. Deep stretch in the hamstrings, which your body is well earned. And release. Bringing both feet to the ground now. Bring your arms back out into that T shape. Bring both feet, shins, so that they're parallel parallel towards the sky. Inhale here and exhale. Just allow both knees this time to fall to the right hand side. Gaze to the left hand, bring that right hand onto the left top thigh just to deepen the stretch. So a gentle spinal twist. A couple of breaths here. Bring the head to centre, hand back out to the side. Inhale the legs through the centre and exhale, dropping them down to the left hand side. If the knees don't reach the floor, that's okay. Just the intention again, bringing that left hand onto the top thigh, the gaze towards the right hand. Maybe closing off the eyes here, starting to wind down our practice, breathing deeply into the spine. Bringing both legs together. Bring your arms overhead once again. Take a nice deep full body stretch. Coming into our relaxation, so allow your legs to be long and heavy, arms down by your side. Gently tucking your chin, releasing your jaw, your facial muscles. Relaxing, breathing. We're going to do a short breathwork exercise before we fully come into our relaxation. So I'll tell you what we'll do first before we begin. So what we'll do is inhaling through the nose for 4 seconds and holding the breath at the top for 7 seconds. Exhaling for 8 seconds, pushing all the air out before inhaling again for 4. So in for 4, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8. If you can't keep up with those numbers exactly, that's okay. It's more the ratio, so as long as your exhale is longer than your inhale and that you've held your breath at the top first. So we'll begin now. So inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 5, 6, 7. And exhaling, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhaling, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just to let your breath return to its natural rhythm here. Notice how you're feeling, any sensations in the body. Again, noticing with no judgment. Breathwork is good for reducing stress and anxiety. And sometimes it's good for bringing our focus, allowing us to be present. Allow your body to relax into the mat. Let your body soak up all the goodness you've given it. Many people skip Shavasana thinking the practice is over, but actually it can be the most important part of your practice. Be thankful for this time, remembering our mantra, flow and grow. Everything is as it should be. Just be more of your breath here. We have nowhere else to be. Slowly bringing some awareness back into the body, moving your hands and feet. Back to your environment. Maybe onto one side or moving your way up back to a seated position, whichever is more comfortable for you. Keeping the eyes closed if you prefer, or opening them. Take a nice inhale together, taking in all the goodness we've just practiced with. Inhale, arms up, take it all over you, and exhale, bring it to your heart. Do that twice more. So inhale, soak it all in, gather it, and exhale, bring it to you. One more time, inhale, arms up, exhale, hands to third eye, taking a bow, namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me.